sorting fact from FUD.
Let's get into it.
Alright guys, today we will be taking another cheeky look at VeChain, and specifically we're going to be addressing some of the FUD that's been out there for a while, and some more recently being tweeted around on Twitter. So as we get into this video, guys, if you do find it useful, informative, maybe even entertaining at times, do go ahead and hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you happen to be new to the channel and you would like to stay up to date with the new cryptocurrencies, the hidden gems, the technical analysis and news, then do subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with everything we do here. It is free, you'll stay well informed, so why not? And Chris, is there anything else that you would like to add before we jump on down to the desktop and start addressing some of these things that have been going on?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to hear lots of FUD at the moment with people trying to, I guess, suppress the prices of cryptocurrency for their greed and their gain.
Absolutely. Let us know what your thoughts and opinions are down in the comments below, guys, and let's jump on down and get right on into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, guys. So the first piece of FUD that we hear a lot about is partnerships and how VeChain is basically just China owned. It's so centralized down in China, right? We don't invest in things that are so centralized like that. So that's FUD number one, right? And we're going to address that right now. So DNVGL, the number one partnership here, according to VeChain Insider. This is a global company, worldwide, has 12,500 employees and is worth $2.4 billion. They've been a partner with VeChain since 2018, and ultimately DNVGL is a globally operating company that provides audit and certification services, confirming that an organization meets certain requirements. From this map, you can see all of the locations that DNVGL is operating today. Does this look centralized to you? Obviously, it does not. It's quite global in its approach, as most of these partnerships are. Now, we are going to really focus in on just one partnership specifically, and this has to be BMW. Recently, a lot of FUD has been out there regarding BMW, and we're going to address some of that right now. The first thing that we can see here is a tweet that has been circulating around how BMW USA back in 2018 said that they had no relationship, cooperation or partnership with VeChain Foundation. The company is using our BMW car data interface available to any third party. Okay, so this goes back to March 20 of 2018. And again, there is being retweeted and asked more questions back in 2018 as well to basically say anyone can use BMW's data. You said that it is a partnership. And then obviously BMW USA come back again saying, sorry for any confusion, VeChain is partnering in the BMW Startup Garage program as a venture client. The BMW group becomes a customer of the startup at a time when the product, technology or service is not yet ready for market. Okay, so ultimately they're basically saying no, they're not a partnership or cooperation, etc., etc. And the problem with this is it actually resurfaced again just 16 hours ago. And on this particular occasion here, we have the same tweet kind of being resurfaced by somebody else who's trying to spread FUD in the space. And ultimately, it's being kind of stomped out very, very quickly because it's nonsense, and this is probably the worst kind of partnership to kind of pick up on and try to spread FUD on, because there's actually a significant amount of data to say that there is in fact a partnership here. So again, Roman basically has come back to this guy very sharpish to say they are in partnership with the startup projects of BMW. You can call it a partnership or not. They are working together. It's like a test phase with BMW VeChain, and it is important for both companies. Maybe your cooperation will be expanded. So what he's referring to here is a series of different things. Here we have the next major battlefield for big data. The auto industry has a strong foundation for blockchain. BMW has cooperated with VeChain for a certain mature application in tracking the history of car repairs and driving behavior. And again, this is not anything that should be new. This came out on the 7th of May, but we've been talking about this for quite some time. And again, we can go into a little bit more detail. This is actually from 2019. BMW showcases blockchain car mileage app on the VeChain 4. Okay, so again, this is all about verify car. Okay, so mileage fraud is a widespread problem, and BMW's 𝗕𝗓𝗪 explained that in Germany, every third used car sold has manipulated odometer. The average impact is about 3,000 euros, or about $3,390 approximately, at least at the point of writing this article. I think that's dramatically changed recently. So ultimately, guys, Verify Car is an app that is designed to be able to verify things like mileage, etc. Right? So fantastic stuff that all gets stored on the blockchain, which happens to be VeChain 4 blockchain. Now, you can call this what you want, right? You can say that actually it's not BMW, it's an intermediary between VeChain and BMW. That's fine, but let's just reflect on the fact that BMW is using a dApp that is built on VeChain 4, okay? So you can call that a partnership, you can call it collaboration, you can call it whatever you want, but BMW is in fact using an app on VeChain 4, okay? That's just simple fact. And again, you can read all of the details of this if you prefer. Now, you can go much further than this, guys. We can have a look at this piece here where VeChain and BMW are developing a car security platform. And this is actually from 2020. So VeChain, the public blockchain company, has decided to develop an automotive security platform in cooperation with the German car manufacturer BMW to make vehicle data more forgery proof. So basically, this is all about, for those who do not know, BMW is probably one of the most widely stolen cars in the world, and ultimately if you can try to prevent a lot of that, then you're going to be doing some pretty good stuff for the world. So obviously the new app Verify Car gets mentioned here as well, and I think that ultimately there's a lot that can be done here with Verify Car. So I do expect a lot more to come from that above and beyond mileage, and also as we enter into a way to track parts from BMW as well. So again, when it comes to traceability, supply chain, etc., VeChain happens to be one of the best platforms to do this. And I think BMW has made the right choice here in using Verify Car, and with that collaboration and partnership, if that's what you want to call it, really pushing this space further forward. But again, it doesn't just stop there either. You can go even deeper. And I say deeper, it doesn't actually take much to find it at all, because you can just go to BMW's website. So here at BMW.com, we have how blockchain automotive solutions can help drivers, right? So we even have lots of FUD saying about ultimately how BMW is not in partnerships with VeChain and not collaborating from 2018, getting resurfaced right now. We have a series of articles detailing out all the things that they are actually currently using in terms of dApps built on VeChain 4. And now we also have on their own website under BMW.com talking about blockchain technology and the solutions that it can deliver. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm not going to go through it all. But basically, they do go on to explain what blockchain is and all that kind of stuff. And then they go into use cases. A digital vehicle passport through blockchain. And again, here they mention Verify Car app. Okay, so again, this is directly on BMW's website, supporting everything that we've seen in those other articles. So the first one is all about that digital passport for vehicles and preventing, fraud and things like that in terms of mileage and various other use cases. I'd like to see a lot more happen with this, which I believe will be more down to tracking parts and things like that, and preventing theft ultimately, and third-party, black market kind of deals for breaking down BMW parts, right? And then we go on to a second use case here. We see safe raw materials sources thanks to blockchain technology. So supply chain verification, guys. And again, this is where we'll be taking a look at going things further forward. I believe BMW Group is pursuing blockchain-based pilot projects that may pave the way for materials traceability. And again, if we're talking about materials traceability, who do you think that's going to be? I have my money, Chris, on VeChain. And if we scroll down a little bit more, we have supply chain with blockchain. We know all about that. And obviously down here, we have number 3. The third use case that they detail on their website is charge cars more easily with blockchain automotive solutions. So drivers of electric vehicles and plug-in hybrids these are basically types of 𝗕𝗓, will be familiar with this problem. You drive your vehicle to a charging station only to find that you don't have the right kind of customer card because you're not signed up to that right provider. Blockchain promises to remedy this situation through a decentralized charging network and so-called smart contracts with electricity providers. So again, this is going to be something that we're going to start seeing a lot more. This is Charge Chain and blockchain model project supported by the BMW Group, aims to the most comfortable scenario possible. So they're looking at various different things, and this is where blockchain technology is really going to start coming into its own. And again, we could go on and on and on about the various different things that you can do with VeChain 4, as we have mentioned in previous videos as well, where even the Chinese government are looking to stamp out some of the emissions in the automotive industry, and aiding with that mission will be VeChain themselves. So in relation to everything that we've kind of covered here, from the list of partnerships where DNVGL is truly global, PwC is truly global, BMW is global, Renault is global. I can shoot down this list for a very long time. Yeah, there's a certain amount of these are Chinese companies, even the China national level partnership, sure, I get all of that. But when you go down here, we see some very big companies, big organizations around the world that are truly global enterprises. They are not just focused in on China. We also have the FUD that was spread back in, well, actually not FUD back then, but comments that were made by BMW back in 2018 being spread again today by these people who just are not very educated, or they're deliberately trying to spread misinformation on VeChain. And again, this being stamped out by all the various pieces of news that we have going on here for VeChain. And guys, the price itself has had a bit of a breakout moment here, but it is pulling back at the moment as well. So I am still expecting this to pull back slightly before we have that true breakout event where VeChain does go ahead and move on out of here. So Chris, I feel that we've kind of dismissed the nonsense that is going on regarding BMW. And I like to think that people get a good idea and a good grasp of the scale of VeChain. It's not just centralized in China. But do you feel that there's something else we need to add?
Well, like the FUD's to be expected at the moment with the market the way it is. I just kind of feel like it's a simple Google answer away, if you see where I'm coming from. So for me, we've had influencers reach out concerned about some of this BMW FUD, because obviously they've got a large bag of VeChain. But it is just that. I can't think of a worse example out there. It's so easy to debunk this. And I thought it was important because people that are new in this space, they're going to come across this FUD. And I guess it is scary if you've got a large investment, right? So it's worth covering off.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, hopefully this reassures you on some of the facts. I mean, it actually took us more time to find the FUD than it did to find the fact. So yeah, there you go. Hopefully you found it useful and informative. If you did, then do go ahead and hit that like button for us. We both really do appreciate that. And of course, if you happen to be new to the channel and you'd like to stay up to date with the new cryptocurrencies, the hidden gems, the technical analysis and news, then do go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything we do here. It is free. You'll stay well informed. So why not? With that said, done and out of the way, guys, we hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Take care.